Doflamingo is an exceptionally complex villain, a tragic result of an unjustified system imposed by a culmination of negative influences that guided him towards a path of malice. As a child, Doflamingo was brainwashed by the ideology of world nobles that he was the superior god in the One Piece world. Having every need and desire satisfied and fulfilled constituted everyday life at Marijois. It was practically an expectation. When his father decided to abandon their lives of self-absorption and exploitation, accepting the notion that he was simply another human, Doflamingo confronted the cruel reality before him. Despised for their heritage, his family transitioned from one extreme to another, becoming victims of persecution by the commoners. This incident traumatized and broke Doflamingo, awakening his negative qualities as a conqueror. In contrast, Corazon ascended from the situation, deriving the best qualities in his personality. Filtering this circumstance serves to highlight the theme of nature versus nurture between the two brothers. Corazon learned empathy and humanity from this situation, while Doflamingo failed to connect to his emotions on a fundamentally human level. As a result, he projected his hate, fear, and pain on his family. Killing his father, he accepts the wickedness inside of his distorted nature, becoming a warped product of his environment. In his sinister delusions, Treble discovered Doflamingo. Instead of treating him with care and love, he hailed him as a king and superior to all beings, rationalizing the ideology that plagued his existence. Treble continued to distort Doflamingo's mind with ideas of power and supremacy, manifesting him with the tools to reach his dreams. This circumstance imposed Doflamingo to transition to the Machiavellian villain we see on Dressrosa. Doflamingo is a borderline control freak, desperate to pull the strings from behind the scenes. Due to his inherent lack of confidence and scars of duplicity, he convinced himself to become the puppet master. There is no question that Doflamingo cares for his family, but unlike Luffy, he will expense his members to reach his goal. As the king, he will play his sacrificial pawns on his chessboard. In some sense, Doflamingo's attachment to his family is more like loose threads that he can cut off at any time. His concept of family is foreign, cursed by his perverse ideology of nobles and corrupted by his nature. Doflamingo never knew freedom. His life was a bird trapped in a cage manifested by himself. Doflamingo puppeteered many of the underworldly dealings in One Piece, but he never realized he was the puppet. Another cog in cognition attached to strings that pulled him along. Doflamingo was a slave to the ideals of others, and that's the true tragedy in his story.